Hello class, good afternoon. So our topic for today is least common multiple. There are two ways in finding the least common multiple of two or more number. That is by using the listing method and using the prime factorization.
So we have here a word problem that is related in least common multiple, or we can use least common multiple in answering this problem. So Lawrence visits his grandparents every other week. It means every 2 weeks. He volunteers at the animal shelter every third week. So what is the first week when he will have to visit her grandparents and volunteer at the animal shelter? So it means that we are looking for the week that he will volunteer or he will visit his grandparents. At the same time, he will volunteer at the animal shelter. So we have here a table first. This is Lorenzo's schedule: visit grandparents and volunteer at the shelter. So here is the week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Since for visiting her grandparents every other week, so let's leave week 1, then week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, then week 8, because he just visit his grandparents every other week. The next is for he volunteer at the animal shelter every third week. So 1, 2, 3, check. 1, 2, 3, check. So this is the table that we can see what is the first week that he will have to visit his grandparents and volunteer at the animal shelter. So we can see that it will happen in week 6. So that's how we solve it using this table. But another way is by using the least common multiple. So since Lawrence visit his grandparents every 2 weeks, so we'll get the multiples of 2. Then for he volunteers at the animal shelter, multiples of 3, since it is every third week. So let's get the multiples of the two numbers: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 4, 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21. So here are the first few multiples of 2 and 3. And after that, let's identify their common multiples. So the common factors, common multiples. So we have 6 and we have 12. So the common multiples is 6 and 12 based on the list of multiples of 3 and 2 that we have. So since we're talking about the least common multiple and the smallest common multiple of 6, meaning to say the LCM is 6, and it means that one way of getting the least common multiple of two or more number is using the listing method. So let's start it with the LCM of 4 and 6. So the first thing that we're going to do is to list the multiples of 4 and 6. So let's start with the multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. Then let's end with 36. Next is multiples of 6. Then it would be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. Then let's end with 42. So these are the just few multiples of 4 and multiples of 6. The next step is to list the common multiples of 4 and 6. Common multiple or common multiples of 4 and 6. So 4 is not a common multiple. 8, 12. 12 is a common multiple of 4 and 6. Next 16 is not 20, 24. 24 is again a common multiple of 4 and 6. Then we will just write 12 and 24. 12, 24. So based on the listing method that we do, the common multiples or some of the common multiples of 4 and 6 is 12 and 24. Then next, since we are talking with least common multiple, meaning to say the smallest common multiple of 4 and 6, and it is very obvious that the smallest common multiple of 4 and 6 is 12. So the LCM of 4 and 6 is 12. Or basically, in using the listing method, the first common multiple is the least common multiple. Another way of getting the least common multiple is using prime factorization. So we're done with prime factorization. So you will just apply what you've learned from prime factorization. So let's just get first the prime factorization of 8. So 2 times 4 is 8. Then since this is a prime number, just proceed with 4. So the prime factorizations of 8 is 8 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. Let's proceed to the prime factorization of 12. So 2 times 12 or 2 times 6 is 12. Then 2 times 3 is 6. So making it 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12. So the prime factorization of 12 is 2 times 3 or 2 times 2 times 3. Then after writing the prime factorization of the two number, determine the common prime or the common factor. So the common factor of 8 and 12 is 2 times 2. Is 2 times 2. And after that, we determine the common factor of the two number using prime factorization. Multiply the common factors by the remaining prime factors. So since the common factor is 2 times 2, 2 times 2, then multiply it to the remaining prime factor, which is 2 and 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 3 is 24. So it means that the LCM of 8 and 12 is 24. Let's have another example, and at this time, we will get the least common multiple of three numbers, which is 12, 6, and 9. So the first thing that we're going to do is to get the prime factorization of each number. So this is the prime factorization of 12. 2 times 2 times 3. Next is the prime factorization of 6, just 2 times 3. And the prime factorization of 9 is 3 times 3. So these are the prime factorization of the three number. Then the next thing that we're going to do is to rewrite it. For 12, this must be equal sign. 2 times 2 times 3. For 6 is just 2 times 3. And for 9 is 3 times 3. Then the next thing that we're going to do is to identify the common factor of these three numbers. So the common factor is 2, since both of the number has or have 2. Next is 3. So this is the common factor of 12, 6, and 9. So the common factors is 2 times 3. Note that you will just write the one digit, so just write 2, then just write 3. 2 times 3. So this is what we call the common factor. And next is we will multiply the remaining factors or the remaining prime factors, which is 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 are the remaining factors. Again, this is the common factor, then 2 and 3 is the remaining factor. So then multiply. 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12, times 3 is 36. So it means that the LCM of 12, 6, and 9 is 36.